Welcome to You to Life. Confectionaries and biscuits are one of the most in-demand food products today. Be it a birthday or an event of just tea, anything without biscuits is incomplete. The making of biscuits go back to the 19th century and were originally designed and derived from cake baking. The term biscuit comes to English from the French biscuit, bis-qui, which itself has a Latin root. Pains biscotti refers to bread twice cooked. The Romans certainly had a form of biscuit, what we'd now call a rusk, and, as the name suggests, it was essentially bread which was rebaked to make it crisp. A typical recipe will include baking powder or baking soda, flour, salt, shortening or butter, and milk or buttermilk. The percentages of these ingredients vary, as historically the recipe would pass orally from family to family and generation to generation. Biscuits are almost always a savory food item. Sugar is rare or included in only small quantities, and was not part of the traditional recipe. Biscuits can be prepared for baking in several ways. The dough can be rolled out flat and cut into rounds, which expand when baked into flaky layered cylinders, rolled biscuits. If extra liquid is added, the dough's texture changes to resemble stiff pancake batters so that small spoonfuls can be dropped upon the baking sheet to produce drop biscuits, which are more amorphous in texture and shape. Although most biscuits are made without yeast, a type of biscuit called an angel biscuit contains yeast as well, as do those made with a sourdough starter. Biscuits may be flavored with other ingredients. For example, the baker may add grated cheddar or American cheese to the basic recipe to produce cheese biscuits. Home cooks may use mass-produced, highly processed refrigerator biscuits for a quicker alternative to rolled or drop biscuits. A sweet biscuit layered or topped with fruit, typically strawberries, and whipped cream is one type of shortcake. The first British biscuits were breath fresheners. The first biscuit recipe came to Britain in an Italian alchemy cum medical handbook. The instructions on how to make these tasty morsels could be found alongside plague remedies, tips on curing the stench of toes, and how to find gold with salamanders. The biscuits were hard sponge fingers flavored with musk or aniseed and eaten at the end of a meal to sweeten the breath and suppress vapors rising from the stomach. If 19th century newspapers are to be believed, Victorian gentlemen were martyrs to an epidemic of flatulence. Macbees is credited with having invented the digestive biscuit as a remedy for their disordered stomachs. In fact, the idea that biscuits would cure windy colic was nothing new. In the 15th century, caraway biscuits were eaten to comfort the stomach. In 1892, Macbees added baking powder, thought to guard against indigestion, to sweetmeat biscuits. The need for nutritious, easy to store, easy to carry, and long-lasting foods on long journeys, in particular at sea, was initially solved by taking live food along with a butcher/cook. However, this took up additional space on what were either horse-powered treks or small ships, reducing the time of travel before additional food was required. This resulted in early armies adopting the style of hunter foraging. So, this was a brief insight about biscuits. If you liked this video, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.